I bought Wind Waker when it came out and recently tried playing it again for the second or maybe third time, and both times I lost interest at Dragon Roost Island. In theory, I love the idea of the game. I love the music and the visual style. I like the idea of an island hopping Link, but my interest just goes out the window at Dragon Roost. I think there's a little to be desired with the controls, but everything else more or less plays like most other Zelda games. The mechanics and the aesthetic are fine, so what's derailing the game so quickly for me? The main problem, I think, seems to lie in how it structures its call to adventure. The way it attempts to transport you and situate you into this version of Hyrule. You're a kid living on an island who seems to have a happy life. He gets along well with others, he has a sister, it's his coming of age day or whatever. So the inciting events in the first hour are your sister gets kidnapped, you join some pirates who take you to the fortress island where she's being kept, you attempt to rescue her and fail and are separated from the pirate crew. You wake up lying in a sentient dragon boat that takes you to another island so you can get a sail. You then sail to Dragon Roost Island, where you're now just helping the bird people do stuff because the dragon said that you need to collect special pearls. So by the time I'm ass deep in that dungeon, it just feels like, what am I even doing here? The game hasn't eased or transitioned me into any sense of investment in the story. It's almost entirely just going through the motions of fantasy adventure structure. It's, okay, there's an evil dude doing things, and you need to collect a bunch of shit to counteract his evil. You're a gopher right from the get-go. The game has stripped away almost all of the mystery that should be shrouding these big fantasy tropes, these basic fantasy tropes. Who was the pirate crew? Why are they already gone? The game doesn't lay any groundwork as to what their share of the story entails. Other than just getting you to Fortress Island, what was the point of introducing them so early? Wouldn't it have been more adventurous if Link had to craft together a raft or something and find his own way there? Meet them later in the game? It's 3 hours until you run into them again anyway. Ocarina of Time, on the other hand, provides an extremely well-defined call to adventure. Like most great fantasy, it begins with an atmosphere of melancholy. There's this boy who seems lonely and is having nightmares. He lives with some elf kids in the woods. These woods provide a barrier against evil in this world, and the Deku Tree is now summoning Link to accept his destiny. From there, the tone opens up more broadly into wonder and whimsy, but we emotionally understand, at least a little bit at the front, what the stakes are and how we can indulge our curiosity about this new world. I'm excited to explore because the signposting is clear about the land Link inhabits and his place in it. But it's also vague enough to leave a space for mystery as to what this all means. Wind Waker's world building and lore in the first hour amounts to little more than this version of Hyrule being an echo of the previous one. And now evil is back, baby. And more specifically, where is the destiny aspect of Link in this one? He's just some kid. Yeah, there's dialogue here and there where people butter him up as a hero and eventually a reincarnation or whatever, but it doesn't feel like this Link is waking up to a special moment at the beginning of the game the way that like 99% of fantasy adventure RPG characters do. Breaking away from convention isn't a problem in and of itself, but it also doesn't replace it with anything. Maybe if the game had been funnier or had prodded at the formula a bit more, maybe this could have been okay, like if it were closer to a Monkey Island game. But it doesn't, and it's not. And so the tone of the game isn't particularly funny or mysterious to me. Everything just sort of feels familiar and okay. Yeah, it sucks that your sister got picked off by a giant bird, but like, so what? Thank you, goodbye.